Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
I'm Mr. Magazine.
So I was watching, and I'll give them a shout out. I do watch their shows, Pure Hustle Podcast, all the time. You got Mike and Orlando on there. And they said something or other that I did chuckle at. And nothing against them whatsoever. Again, I do watch their show, and I do appreciate the show. But there is something to be said for staying in your lane. And again, no disrespect meant to them. Orlando had one of his bolos, one of the things to look out for when you're out there. And he was talking about, I think it was BMX magazines, talking about how good they are. And they're very good magazines, no doubt all about that. And he said, I'm really surprised there's good money in magazines. Okay, fair statement. If you don't deal in magazines, that's a fair statement. Then he said, don't buy Lifetime, National Geographic, but there's good money in some magazines. And when he said that, I chuckled. And the reason why I chuckled is we've all got our lanes, and there's nothing wrong with going off into another lane from time to time if the deal is absolutely a no-brainer. I don't deal in toys. I just don't. I know enough about toys that if I walked into a place and the guy goes, I don't know, got these old Red Line Hot Wheels here. Take the whole box of them for $25. I know enough to know that's a good deal. I would buy it. And various other things. There are things out there that are absolute no-brainers. I don't deal in stamps regularly. I walk into a place and the guy goes, yeah, it's my dad's stamp collection. He collected from 1940 through 1970. I don't know, he's got 40 binders of stamps back there. Oh, how's $25? Yes, I will figure out how to sell 40 binders of stamps for $25. But I wouldn't tell you don't buy stamps because they're junk. I wouldn't tell you don't buy toys because they're junk. He mentioned don't buy Time, Life, and National Geographic. Those three he specifically said. Why did I chuckle, Mr. Magazine?
Well, because for starters, yes, some of those are very common.
Most of them are, to be fair.
But,
most of them.
But I do well selling Life magazines. There's a lot of rare Time magazines that go for $50 to $100.
The Hitler ones,
several
hundred.
Any Mafia ones, Bruce Springsteen. And then National Geographics, obviously, there's that iconic cover with the Afghan girl.
But that'll sell. That doesn't go for a ton, but it sells.
But the World War II ones sell. And
the
then
moon landing sells.
And the very early ones sell. It's like anything else. You could have a box of 1989 baseball cards and 800 of them are junk, but there's one Ken Griffey Upper Deck in there that's worth $100. So it's like anything else. There's going to be some good stuff with almost anything you sell.
Right, yeah. And that's, again, exactly what my point was. I can tell you don't buy junk wax. And as a overall thought plan, that's not a bad thing to go by. But there are exceptions.
Right.
There are still some good cards in junk wax. If you're getting the unopened boxes and packs, they're not as bad as they used to be.
Right.
They will sell now.
Sure.
If you have in your head what they were worth 15 years ago, and you're going to walk right by them and you go, these are $5 boxes. Exactly. I'd surprise you. They're $25 boxes now. And so on. So yes, there are good rules of thumb. As a general rule, don't buy Beanie Babies. And the people out there watching this right now are yelling, except there's this one that's good. There's this one that's good. There's this one over here. It's an early one with the hang tag with the air on it. Yes, there are. So there is almost nothing I can think of that we will blanket tell you, do not buy. Be cautious when buying Life magazines. Be cautious when buying Time magazines. And be cautious when buying National Geographics. 70 to 80% of them are not good. I will say that from 30 years of dealing in them.
And they still may sell, though. We have some common issues in Time and not so much National Geographic, but Life that we sell on eBay and Amazon. They're very common, but you still could get $7 to $12 for some of them.
Right, yeah. And
if you're buying them in bulk for 20 cents, you'll make money.
Right, yeah. And again, another thing. Oh, well, Playboys are junk from 1990s on. Sort of.
Right. Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah. But what is a common sealed issue? October 2000, just as a random issue.
Oh,
not that it's
$10 minimum for a sealed one.
I was just going to say, what's the go for sealed?
Yeah.
Yep. So you get in and somebody got all those sealed, and you're saying to yourself, I don't know, these are all sealed. They got to be okay. Yeah, you can list them as new.
Right.
They are okay. Don't go out of your way to try to find them.
Right.
But if you're somewhere and you see them, don't walk by them saying they're just junk like everybody else does.
Yeah, true. I just bought a collection. The guy had a truckload now. He originally said 4,000 adult magazines. It ended up being like 2,500 Playboys and then 1,500 or 1,000, non-adult but not Playboys. And I really didn't want to buy them, but then I'm thinking like, well, you got the Drew Barrymores in there, that's 25. Kim Kardashian's $20. So I have a ton of them, but even if I paid 75 cents a piece, I didn't need to buy them. But now it's forcing me to get them on, or get these on, let's sell them, and they do sell now. So I mean, I'm not gonna. I'll make money. I didn't need to buy them because I had so many, but I'll still make money selling them.
Right. Yep. So, love you, Pure Hustle Podcast. Love you. Reach out. I'll tell you some of the issues that are worth buying. So, do not blanket not buy them. Be careful in buying them. A lot of them are common. A lot of them aren't any good. I will readily admit that. But there's usually a lot more. And as Mr. Magazine said, there are very few things out there, gold coins maybe being one of them that I can think of, where everything is good. There are very few things out there. Pretty much any collectible. You take comic books from the 1990s, most of them are not good. There are some very good ones out there.
Yeah.
Comic books from the 2010s, same thing. Not every comic from the 1940s is great. There are some really cruddy, funny animal ones that, they're worth money, but they're not particularly good ones. There's not a lot of demand for them. So there are very few things where everything is good or everything is bad. Just wanted to throw that out there for everybody. It's good to have the rules of thumb when you're in a hurry and you're going through a flea market or you're going through a show. Oh, that's National Geographic's all from the 70s and they want $5 each. Yep, I'm going to keep walking. I would do the same exact thing. Oh, National Geographic is $5 each. Wait, these are all from 1900. I will take every single one of them that you have at that price. So kind of know enough, have those quick rules that you can just walk right by, but know enough to investigate a little further if something just seems a little bit different. So hopefully that does help you a little bit. Love you, Pure Hustle. Love you. You were wrong on that one. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.